Okay, so I already responded to this comment, but it's such a good question that I wanted to make like a video response to it because it's a question that comes up a lot and I've myself have struggled with it. Um, so the question basically being how do you build discipline, right? Because one thing is like knowing that you need discipline and like knowing that okay, this is what you should be doing. That's the knowledge part. But as the famous Tony Robbins so eloquently said, knowledge is only potential power. It only becomes power once it's applied. So applied knowledge is power. And I think that's the gap that we're discussing here is that you might have the knowledge of that you have to be disciplined in what to do, but it's like how do you make that connection to actually do it? And this is where the philosophy of Kaizen really comes into play and really makes a big difference. So, for those of you that don't know, in Japanese philosophy, Kaizen basically means self improvement little by little. So, like every day, doing something that's like a point for yourself. Like, imagine a scoreboard, and on one side of the scoreboard, you have the future self that you want, and on the other side is the future self that you do not want to become. And each decision you make, you're putting a point either for the future you want to become or the one you don't want to become. So once you adopt this philosophy, what you'll start to notice is slowly but surely you're going to start accumulating more points on the side of the future you want to become. And I think a big part of this philosophy is also like accepting like there's no such thing as perfection. You will not be perfect. There's gonna be times where you mess up, and there's gonna be times where like you have bad days, and there's many days where like I'm like I didn't do shit today, and I feel like I'm a failure. That happens a lot, but you have to just keep your mind focused on like the philosophy of progress of like slowly but surely you're getting better and better even though it's not linear. So a lot of people think like progress is going to be like, okay, you're getting better, 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 better in a straight line. Progress isn't like that. Progress is like this, right? So overall, sum total, you are getting better, but there's many dips. And you have to accept that and you have to know that beforehand so that when the dips come, you accept them and you understand that they're just a part of the process. They're a natural part of your personal evolution. Um, but to tackle the main question, how do you build discipline? The most straightforward answer is you build it little by little by accumulating more points for the self that you want to become. That's it. That's the essence of discipline, is putting yourself in the shoes of your future self that you want to become. So in my comment, I used the example of like a cupcake. So let's say like you really want to build discipline for not eating like so much sugars or like sweets, right?